Now, your forecast first, sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Clear blue skies across much of central Illinois. That is the view right now in Gibson City on a roofing dog at Gibson Area Hospital. Weather camera. Pretty nice Tuesday. Now, things are going to be changing, though, over the next couple of days with rain and clouds returning, but things are looking good tonight with temperatures that are still in the mid and upper 50s and even still 60 down in Effingham, 59 in Springfield, and 56 in Champaign. So through this evening, no issues at all. A few clouds out there. Temperatures are going to fall back down close to the freezing mark again, but we're going to see a nice rebound through tomorrow. We'll talk about rain chances on the increase when we come back. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA 3 News.
I don't think there's going to be some mass opening.
So what does that mean for Illinois businesses? Why the governor's answer still leaves a lot of questions. Plus, it's been the scene of 10 deaths related to COVID-19. What the state is doing to help a central Illinois senior home.
The general public is starting to understand what families with medically fragile children go through.
Self-isolating has been a big adjustment for all of us. For one family, it's a way of life.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
You know, the peak is still yet to come. We need to be careful.
The Illinois economy could start to open up again next month, but movement would be small. The governor says we haven't reached our peak in COVID-19 cases. Good evening, I'm Jennifer Roscoe. Many businesses in central Illinois are more than eager to open their doors again, but the governor is adamant about doing it carefully. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting has more.
It's everything. Every system, every part of our business has been compromised.
Businesses all across the country are begging for the green light on May 1st. But in the meantime, places like Slumberland Furniture in Champaign are doing everything they can to make sales.
We are delivering it's called doorstep delivery, so it's a no-contact service. It's free of charge.
While customer safety is their top priority, they feel they deserve to allow people inside their store as soon as possible.
I'm asking the governor to consider giving us, more rules or guidance and opening certain counties like ours, like Champaign County and others, open before Chicago.
Governor Pritzker has mentioned opening the state back up by region, but he hasn't said yet what that could look like. Gyms are in what President Trump has categorized as a phase 1 business to reopen. Aaron Mollett and his family own Anytime Fitness in Champaign. He says they're doing a lot to be ready to open again.
We're doing an HVAC fumigation where they come in and they basically spray the entire interior of the building with a fumigation spray.
They're also disinfecting all equipment and touch points regularly and temporarily stopping their towel service. Reporting in Champaign, Courtney Bunting, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
The governor explained yesterday he'll be following the advice of experts when deciding which regions or counties to reopen. County boards across central Illinois are preparing for worst-case financial scenarios. Some counties like Sangamon believe they have enough money for the time being. Others like Coles are considering furloughing workers. The Macon County Financial Committee is meeting Friday to talk about doing the same thing. We called Champaign County and are still waiting to hear back. Macon County has had 2 more COVID-19 deaths in the past 24 hours. One, a 60-year-old. The other, another resident at Fairhaven Senior Living. She was 80 years old. There have been 10 deaths at the home. Now, the state is sending hundreds of tests to Fairhavens to help gauge the spread. Local and state officials have asked for them for weeks. WCIA 3's Cole Henke has more.
Almost 70% of the coronavirus cases in Macon County can be traced to Fairhaven Senior Living in Decatur. After numerous asks by local officials, the state is sending 300 tests to try and stop the spread from going any further.
Have to be able to test people to segregate the healthy population. The minute you have any instance of one case, you need to immediately test everybody so you can segregate and take the appropriate precautions to keep everyone else safe.
The test will allow the facility and state public health officials to have a full grasp on how many people in the facility, whether residents or staff, have the virus. Several state lawmakers from the area and Decatur Mayor Julie Moore Wolf said in a statement that the situation at Fairhaven Senior Living is dire, But these tests will allow them to isolate carriers, which is the first step in halting the spread of COVID-19 throughout the facility. The mayor called for the state to test everyone in the facility last week. Since then, 5 more people associated with Fairhavens have died.
You've got to make sure that those who have COVID are being kept away from those who don't. And that also means, frankly, having a trained staff that can also handle that situation as well.
Reporting in Decatur, I'm Cole Hankey.
Now, we reached out to Fairhavens for a comment about the test, but did not get a response. Sangamon County is seeing its first confirmed cases of COVID-19 related to a senior living facility. The Villas Senior Care Community in Sherman has 7 positive cases, 4 employees and 3 residents. 1 resident died last week.
They have been informing us, and we've been working, especially since we had 1 employee early on, that we had kind of were able to talk with them and knew that we were in good communication with them. So they've kept us totally informed, and we've worked with helping get them some PPE, have done a couple deliveries, and we'll do another one.
The county says the state's health department is going to deliver testing kits to the villas within a day or so staffers can provide testing to patients. Now, public health is reporting around 1,500 new COVID cases in the state. That makes it now more than 33,000 total in 96 counties. There are 119 new deaths, bringing the total to 1,468. The department also said more than half of the cases reported to them over 2 weeks ago are not having symptoms, and those people have recovered. Nearly 80% of people who tested positive 4 weeks ago have recovered as well. To keep up with the latest on COVID-19, download the free WCIA 3 News app. And this is new for you at 6. Self-isolating has been a tremendous adjustment for all of us. You've been doing it for about a month. One family in Champaign has been doing it for 6 months. WCIA 3's Christy Batista explains how it's all for the health of their baby girl.
Jessica and Patrick Wolf have grown accustomed to self-isolating.
The general public is starting to understand what families with medically fragile children go through.
Jessica found out she was pregnant with twins in March of 2018.
We were told that neither girl would likely make it to viability. And at 24 weeks, I went in for a routine scan, and Lily's sister had passed away.
Her daughter Lily was born 16 weeks early and spent 256 days in the NICU.
Countless sleepless nights while she was in the NICU, times we had to rush there to say goodbye or to make really difficult decisions. But she pulled through.
Because she was born so prematurely, she missed a key window of immunity development. They've been isolating themselves since October, and they're anticipating the self-isolation to continue for them until this time next year.
We just don't know, and our pulmonology team doesn't know, and they don't know how it would affect Lily if she got it.
One thing she asks of you, for Lily's sake and others like her, please don't hoard Clorox wipes, gloves, and masks.
When things fly off the shelves at the rate that they are, items that we need on a daily basis to keep our child safe and healthy are just unavailable. And that's a really scary feeling.
In Champaign, Christy Batista, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Oh, that is one sweet little girl. Now, Jessica hopes they can gradually expose Lily to things so they will only have to self-isolate during the next few flu seasons. Everyone's trying to make their own cloth mask. If you have one or maybe a few left over, we've got the place for you to bring them. And the IHSA finally made it official how a couple of local coaches feel about the decision that came down today.
High temperatures today were quite a bit cooler and below average, 58 degrees. We're going to bounce back nicely. We'll talk about some warmer temperatures, but how a rainy period is about to set up and a meteor shower to check out coming up.